side.
Should be in the middle.
Is it mine?
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, just need to see which one is my mic. This is the mic, right? Is that correct? Can everyone hear me? Yes?
Speak louder.
Yeah? All the microphones from broadcasters? Everything fine? Yeah? So we're rolling. Well, thank you very much for joining us here. As you know, there's been a lot said and a lot for us to communicate over the course of the last few days. And today we decided to call a press conference so that we can explain to you the latest on the developments of the case that we have been talking about so much. My name is Bruno Sassi. I'm the Communications Director for FIS. I'm joined here by our FIS Secretary General, Michel Vion, and the two race directors of the disciplines concerned, Sandro Pertile from Skijumping and Lasse Ottesen from Nordic Combine. As you know, and it was mentioned in the press release that was issued yesterday, as part of the investigation that has been commissioned by the FIS Independent Ethics and Compliance Office, we FIS have been asked to seize the jumping suits that were used by Norway throughout the FIS Nordic World Ski Championships in Trondheim, which finished last week. And by that, we mean all suits from all the disciplines: ski jumping, men and women, Nordic Combine, men and women. These suits, they were inspected yesterday, and we have found no irregularities in the suits that were used by the women's ski jumping team in Trondheim, nor by the Nordic Combined men's and women's teams that were in Trondheim as well. There were no irregularities in these suits. However, there have been findings that have raised additional suspicions of manipulation, which have resulted in the provisional suspension of another 3 athletes that were in Trondheim: Robin Petersen, Kristoffer Sundal, and Robert Johansson. So these 3 athletes are also provisionally suspended. Provisionally suspended means they're not allowed to take part in FIS events or in any event organized by a national ski association. So this is the latest from the process. I will now hand it over for Michel to comment, and eventually for the 2 race directors to comment as well, after which we'll open the floor for questions. Okay? Michel, if you will.
Should I?
Maybe you come over, I think it's better for everyone.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Just a few words on my side. Bruno said what we are here for very clearly, but we'd like just to come back about the full picture. FIS is not there to disqualify, to sanction, to punish anyone, athletes. We are here to be sure that the FIS events are delivered in a safe and fair situation. That's why we have rules. The rules are quite clear. It's quite clear. Rules are made by all the ski family. Everyone is involved in the rules. I said, of course, FIS, of course, the management, of course, the race directors, but also the different ski federations, the representative of all the committee in the committees, FIS committees. So the rules, head coaches are involved, of course. So the rules are known by everyone. So you can be just under the rules, you can be just over the rules. It's linked with the comments we had from few athletes, former athletes, the different countries, but also in Norway, that they have cheating without saying nothing. No, the rules are quite clear. There can be a better rules, could be a good, how to say that? I mean, a good evolution of the rules, but the rules are known by everyone. So there is no way that we accept that some are over the rules. So I said that because it's important to say that there were no surprise to anyone. No surprise to everyone. We know exactly the situation. And I heard, but ski jumping is special. We always are on the limit. We can play. No, there's no play. There's no game here. It's only rules. That was my comment. So I will be ready to answer your questions after some of our comments eventually. Thank you.
Sandro, please, you could give your side.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to say today is an historical day. For the first time ever, we have women and men under one race director, and I think that for all of us, the plan was to celebrate this day, and unfortunately, we have some clouds in our sky. Before I go into more details, the second point that I want to mention, I would like to thank the organizing committee of Trondheim. We had a fantastic World Championship. We had a fantastic race, a beautiful atmosphere, amazing days. Of course, we had some challenge with the weather, but it's part of the game. And I had no chance to thank them at the end of the championship. So I would like also to address this message. Thank you very much, Trondheim, for the great work they did for us, for a great World Championships. Then I will just go back quickly to last Saturday. We got some information around 12 o'clock, and the first competitive round was the qualification round at 2:15. And immediately after we got the information, we went into the process to pre-check the suit of the Norwegian team. We checked the suit, and all the size and the parameter were okay. We were not able to detect anything at that moment. You can imagine that 1 hour before the start of the competition, our equipment controller are quite busy with the preparation for the competition. So we, after the check, we went into the preparation of the event. During the first round, we got a protest from 3 nations. In the protest, and the protest somehow led us to check again the 4 Norwegian athletes. One of the 4 was disqualified for the suit size. And then during the second round, we understood that there is something that is probably bigger than what we saw in the past. And we had a very intense work, and I would like really to thank our controller, because it was extremely difficult to detect the manipulation, but we found it. And to have a fair sport, it was clear that we had to report, and this is what we did. Of course, we are all aware that this is not the best moment for ski jumping, but I think this is the way that we want to go. As Michel said, we have rules, and we try to let them respect. We are aware that sometimes we can also do mistakes from our side, and I'm not hiding myself and my staff. But for sure, in this case, we are into an intentional manipulation, and this is something that we have to face, and we have to face the next steps. I would like also to thank Michel, Bruno, all the headquarters staff. I can tell you that we had an intense work since Saturday. Of course, we cannot communicate all the details, but I think that we are on the good way to clarify the topic. That's all for the moment.
Thank you, Sandra. Lasse, as I mentioned, the suits for Nordic combined athletes, they didn't present any irregularity. How does that make you feel? Give us your side.
Yeah, no, also thank you. Also from my side, this will be a premiere weekend for us. Just want to start there in Holmenkollen. It's the first time that we have Nordic combined women on the large hill, and we are very much looking forward to that for this weekend. Of course, I'm very happy that all the suits that we have brought in and we have checked, we will also do that for everyone. In this case, we have done it for the Norwegian suits based on what happened with ski jumping. Very happy that all the suits are according to rules and regulations for Nordic combined women and men. We will conduct the same procedure with all suits from all the nations during the day tomorrow, so that we are on a fair and square field going into the weekend with Nordic combined. So of course this is a very positive point for us. We are, however, of course, close to our colleagues in ski jumping and working close together day in and week in, and of course this is a matter that we will also look into together with our colleagues from ski jumping when we go now in the next steps. So looking forward to that. The other case, just to bring that up, and I guess I can finish up, in terms of the protest regarding Jørgen Gråbakk and the case that came up after that the disqualification of Gråbakk in the team event. We got a protest from Team Norway. We asked them to present the ski and the binding. We were also, the jury asked also to have our equipment controller in to explain the case from their side. And we were not very happy about what the Norwegian team presented to us during that jury meeting. And that's why it was brought forward into this case as it is. And more details on this, I think at the moment it's an open investigation, and whenever the results are clear on that, we will of course communicate.
Thank you.
One thing important also to know, we are talking about investigation. Investigation, it's quite clear now. This investigation will be made by the FIS, Independent Ethics and Compliance Office. That means it's not us, it's an independent body who will investigate. So there's nothing to do anymore with us. We give reports, evidences, all the material, videos and so on. But it will be managed, this investigation will be managed by an independent body. Just for avoid any misunderstanding.
To Michelle's point, you will receive a media release as soon, excuse me, as soon as this is finished, which will include at the bottom a link to a fact sheet that explains exactly what the Independent Ethics and Compliance Office is and the Ethics Committee and what is the procedure for all of that. Of course, if you have any questions, you can submit them to us, but I hope it will be pretty comprehensive in this regard. Before we move on to the questions, just to remind that we know there's a NSV press conference up at the hotel. We're in coordination. 15 minutes roughly after we finish here, we will start there so that you have the time to move. The only thing that I remind you is that we have a competition in 1 hour's time, less than that, so we will have to be a bit swifter than what it normally will be in an occasion like this. With that said, if you could please raise your hands, identify yourself with your name.
Just before the question, Bruno, I will also to have some word for Trondheim, because it was on my list, but I forgot to thank Trondheim, because I mean, for sure they did a great event. I mean, Norwegian authorities, of course, municipality of Trondheim, but also Norwegian Ski Association, all the volunteers, all the athletes, all the sponsors. We achieved a huge event, and then. Good to say it again, because no question No question about that. And then I'd like also to point out the very good collaboration we have with the Norwegian Ski Association. Very, very open discussion with them. So at the end, we should find the truth, the reality. At the same time, we can count on the Norwegian Federation. They were very, very helpful at the moment.
Thank you. Let's start with the gentleman in gray and then the one in glasses left here. Then I'm with you.
Reda and okay. After you discovered this with the Norwegian jumpers, with the cheating, do you think this was a one-time thing, or do you think that it's a culture of cheating in ski jumping?
I would like, first of all, to focus on the present case. For me, this is absolutely clear to understand the size of the case, because this is already a big damage for ski jumping. And for us, as soon as we identify the perimeter of the situation, will be easier to continue to the future. So this is absolutely for us the priority number one. We are confident that the investigation will help us a lot.
Investigation will be, yeah, of course, it will be part of it. I mean, not only this case, but I mean, even more global. So let's see the investigation first.
Okay. The gentleman wearing glasses there. Careful with the camera.
A lot of people wearing glasses there.
Hello, Kasper Mark, Eurosport. Rob Bill Pedersen didn't jump on large hill drop. Does this mean suits were manipulated already before the normal hill? Because you said that Pedersen also had a manipulated suit.
Suspicion.
We don't know.
This is part of the investigation, and this is.
No, it's all the same thing. It's a suspicion. Suspicion means he's still under the radar. So he will, after the investigation, we will see what's happened here. But it may be. But for the moment, we don't know.
Here in the middle, and then we move there. Thank you.
Axel from TV2 Norway. Can this affect Lindvik's gold medal?
Same answer. Same answer.
You mean if effect he was disqualified, right?
No, in the previous normal hill.
I mean, once again, it's sorry to say always the same answer, but I mean, the investigation will exactly define what we are facing. For the moment, we have no more information to you for that.
You can't say anything if what you found in this suit is the same that you found in Forfang and Lindvik's suit in the big hill, or suspicion, as you see.
We found something different.
Because it's not the same.
It's not exactly the same.
Thank you.
Those two, and then
Question to Sandro. Stine from BG. Magnus Breivik was quite clear that they only had cheated with 2 suits before the competition on Saturday. What is FIS reaction to that statement when you now have said that it's 3 jumpers that have suspicion with the suit?
Maybe you should ask Magnus this question, because I think I have my feeling. I really hope that everybody will help to define the size of this situation, because this is an uncomfortable situation for all of us. And from my perspective, or my wish is really that everybody that is involved is, if really these persons are loving ski jumping, like all of us, they are helping us to clarify everything as soon as possible. Is the best thing that those people can do for all of us, because the damage already is important.
There has also been a big article in Norway where a lot of retired ski jumpers have said that they have cheated in their careers. What are FIS doing towards that case, and are you doing anything to figure out when they cheated and will there have any consequences?
We will not answer to this question because, as I said in my first statement, I mean, a lot of comments from everyone around the world, athletes, former athletes, coaches, former coaches, federations. Everyone knows this small ski jumping family now is talking. So that's why we said let's have the investigation. Because I'm quite sure that a lot of words will come out of this. So it's a bit too easy to say, yeah, I have cheated. I mean, on my time, the rules is not good enough, and then we were able to cheat all the time. So let's have this investigation, and perhaps they will see. And then perhaps we will ask Magnus to be part of the investigation. He will certainly be with his comments.
The lady right next, the back. Yeah, yourself. Yeah.
Andreas from MTV.
No,
You said that there was something different with Pedersen, Sundal, and Johansson suits that there was in qualifying Olympics. Can you say something about that and why it wasn't figured out and controlled out?
Manipulated.
We realized the manipulation, but this is also part of the investigation. Now it's really important that we let the external and independent group to go through the evidence that we had. It was a good choice to collect all the suit, also of the athletes that were not disqualified in Trondheim, because we had in our hands something that can show us everything.
You changed some rules now where you're going to keep the suits before and after the jumps. Are it on the table to change the rules completely next season?
We are not changing the rules, we are just adjusting our procedure. I want to clearly to state that this is not an adjustment of rule, it is a change of a procedure. We are forced to do that due to the case of Trondheim. I can tell you that last night in the TCM, no one of the teams were arguing on that. We have teams that were investing quite a lot of money because they had the chance to chip one new suit. Everybody is understanding how sensitive is this moment for ski jumping, and I'm sure that all our community is standing behind us in this important moment. But I still underline that for me, the crucial point is that we define the size of the situation of Trondheim. This is absolutely the priority.
Okay. Now the lady.
I'm also sit here. One question to Lasse. In ski jumping, 2 athletes are suspended, and there was the decision to jump with only one suit. How was the situation in Nordic combined? How was your reaction for the last jumps of the season?
Well, of course, I am as surprised and astonished as my colleagues, I think, in terms of the case from Trondheim. But I think for us at the moment, we need to move forward. As mentioned earlier by Bruno, no suits that we've tested so far has had any kind of irregularities from Nordic Combine. And we will, of course, now for the next 2 weekends be very, very thorough through testing. And we have, together with ski jumping, decided on the same routine. So we are also adjusting, of course, our processes and procedures, and to do that through the season. And then we will, together with ski jumping, go into the spring and discuss how the future will look like.
And there are no consequences for Jürgen Grauer?
At the moment, no, but this is also a decision not taken by me. It's taken by the Ethics and Compliance Office.
As Grobak, as an athlete, no, but to the trainer, to the coach, yes. I mean, he's still under investigation. Mm-hmm. If you see what I mean, yeah. To present the wrong material to the protest, and the trainer or assistant trainer is under investigation, of course. But Gramak is only disqualified using a wrong material.
Yes, hello, Ratland from the Norwegian newspaper, Dagbladet. Sandro, what could be the consequences for the Norwegian team if they is guilty?
Maybe it's not a question for me. Huh?
No, not for neither of us, frankly. It's a question, and this is part of the fact sheet that I just referred to. The Independent Ethics and Compliance Office is collecting this information. It's going to produce eventually a report of the findings, and it will be up to the FIS Ethics Committee to adjudicate, that is, to decide what the sanction is for individuals, federations, anything that is found. But this is out of the hands not only of ski jumping as a discipline, but the FIS administration as a whole.
And the Norwegian ski president Tove Dyre is in the FIS council. Can she be there during this investigation?
Absolutely. So far, unless, again, we as administration follow whatever the Independent Ethics Compliance Office suggests to us, and eventually the Ethics Committee is the one adjudicating. That's just why we're communicating so often. Yesterday, the investigation led to some findings that led to the announcement of the 5 suspensions. Today we have new information, we're announcing more. We will be following the lead of the investigation as we should. Okay? Now, yes please. Sorry, finally.
Information. Mieszko Czarnecki, the Polish press agency public. On my way here to Holmenkollen today, I met hundreds of kids between 6 up to 12 years old, happy to cheer the sports, the participants of the tournament today. I'm quite confused because you have been saying that you cooperate very well with Norwegian Federation. On the other hand, every day we receive from the Norwegian Federation new information that are in fact developing the status of the previous day. Something was said on Sunday, then on Monday appeared something new, then on the next day we had 2 or 3 ski jumpers suspended. Now we are hearing that another 3 ski jumpers are suspended. When do you hope to have it clarified? Thank you.
Well, I just went through the exact process in the previous question. It's not as if we decide when do we want to publish information about any of the aspects of the case. The investigation is ongoing. Whenever the investigation leads to something that merits being communicated, we're communicating. And to Michelle's point, we are in very good coordination with the Norwegian NSA whenever it comes to communicating these things and putting these things out. Different institutions, different roles in the case, very, very clearly. But we're both following the lead of the investigation and have been collaborating well when it comes to communicating about it. They're two different things.
Great. So whom to listen now? Whom to listen? Or Norwegian Federation that changes or develops their statements every day, or you as FIS? Thank you.
No, the Norwegian Association said the same thing as we. I mean, we decided to collect the suits, as an example. We collect the suits, then we control the suits yesterday. So the Norwegian Association didn't know the result. And we gave them the result today. So of course they have to adapt all the time, like we have to adapt also. And we'll find some perhaps new evidences, new video tomorrow. I don't know what will happen in the next day. Once again, the investigation will also show the picture also here. So we cannot accuse the Norwegian Association to not inform on the same way as we. They have the information that we gave her. If they want to suspend some employees, it's up to them. Very clear. But if they suspend some employees, doesn't mean we should also suspend some athletes or coaches for the FIS activities, which is completely different.
Okay. Yes.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. So the short answer is you should listen to both. We as representatives of the investigating party, they as representatives of the investigated party, basically.
Thank you.
They also have their own problems. Once again, they have employees, and then they have the athletes and the contract. We don't have, but
the values,
exactly,
the trust.
Exactly. But we have another picture, a bigger picture. Sure. To suspend an athlete, or a coach, a FIS suspension is not only to not go to the jumping hill tomorrow. You are not the right to go to any FIS event around the world. It's another scale.
Thank you.
In the interest of time, because we have another press conference and most importantly the event, let's have the last two, the gentleman here and the gentleman here.
Okay, so I have one more question about the nearest future, because you love suits for the ski jumping events. Who will be responsible for transporting them from Vikersund to land?
Transportation will still be task of the National Ski Association because this suit doesn't belong to us. And can you imagine if something happens during transportation? So in this intermediate phase, we have still the possibility before every competition to pre-check the suit. And this is what we currently we are all learning a lot during the last days. There are legal aspects, there are rules that are over our heads. We need to try to find a good solution for a case that was suddenly appearing, and we need somehow to follow that case.
If I may add, I mean, let's have to compare to the doping. Did we control all the athletes each competitions before the race? The answer is no, even after the race. So let's compare. The suits could be compared to the doping. There are some controls. Could be more controls because we have a case there. Could be controls after the race, before the race. Same as doping. Don't imagine we will control every hour all the suits of all the world. It will never happen like this.
Final question, please.
Yeah. You said yourself, Sandro, that the whole sport of ski jumping has a serious problem now. Are you going to investigate yourself and the whole of the sports as well?
Can you be more precise with the question, please?
Are you going to investigate yourself as well after you discovered that it has been a possibility to cheat?
One thing for sure, he will not resign. And if he wants to resign, I will say no. It's a joke, huh?
I didn't mean himself.
Okay.
Are you going to look into the whole sports?
That's why I take the question to me, because of course every minute, every second we try to involve the sport. And after the season, like every year, we have debriefing meetings, committee meetings, all those system, FIS system, association system. So of course we will try to find the even better solutions for the suit, for ski jumping in general, what we can do, what we can achieve, how we can convince all the stakeholders, especially athletes and NSAs, National Ski Association, to be with us. What could be the limit, what we can make the rules better, how we can do the rules better. So all those things will be discussed. I mean, we already discussed about that, you can imagine. 4 days before in Trondheim, 4 days before the Sunday, 4 days before, we spent 3 hours with Lasse, with Sandro, with Chandra Spitz, sport director, FIS, myself, to think about the future, the next 4 years. What could be the ski jumping in the next 4 years? Ski jumping and Nordic combined. So we spent 3 hours to think about that, how we can structure our meetings in April with the committees, with the representative of the federations, with the head coaches, how we can do that, how we can make the sport more fair. Suit was part of it, but not only. The idea was that should have only one suit for the season. Should we provide only one product, one textile for everyone, for all the athletes. Only one product coming from FIS. That was on the list of the idea we have. So let's wait 1 year, 2 years, 4 years, I don't know. We will try to do our best to improve the sport, ski jumping, but not only. All the FIS disciplines.
Do you believe the sports has a problem outside of Norway as well?
Of course, all the sports, all the disciplines have problems. You know, the worst is the suspicion. Now we have suspicion with the Swiss alpine athletes because they are winning the podiums since 2-3 months. No, but I mean, I said suspicion. So now what's happening in ski jumping? It's straight away to alpine. What about the suit of the Swiss skiers? I got a lot of phone calls. What about what you are supposed to do for next season because the Swiss are winning too much, and for sure they have the wrong suit. You see what I mean? So it's all connected. FIS, we have 7,000 competitions a year with 7 disciplines Olympic. So we have to work also on a global picture. Concerning ski jumping, I can tell you, yes, we will work hard on the springtime, hopefully with the support of all the ski association to make the sport more safe and, as I said, more fair.
One to last. What did you find in the new suits that you discovered that was wrong for you?
Here I cannot tell you because it's part of the investigation.
Which is not finalized.
Yep.
Had it been, you would have a report.
I would like really to tell you more, but it's part of the investigation.
Right. I'm so sorry, it's really late. You have another press conference to attend, the Norwegian one. Just to remind you that it's up at the hotel, not here. Thank you very much. And should you have any questions about anything else, you know our address, you know how to contact us, the communications department. Thank you for coming.
We thank you.
Thank you.
Bonjour Michel.
Allô.
Ça va?
Comment tu vas, tout bien? Tu vas bien?
Ouais, ça fait longtemps.
Voilà.
Moi je vais retraite, mais continue encore.
Tout bien?